Everybody, thanks for checking out the Chris Gethard Show podcast. That's really cool that you're checking this out.
We're about to do, I think, the dumbest show we've done in years.
His life would be trash! And you better believe I'm trashed.
We are scrappy trash people.
What's the point of this show? I just turned it on.
We've always been with this show.
We've always been trash people. We will always be trash people.
True.
This doesn't feel real.
Hello!
Hello,
everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to We Are Trash People. I'm Emily Pineapple.
And I'm Forrest, keeper of the Canon.
And this is Gatsby.
This is Gatsby, who
maybe
is walking away right
now. No, he misses his stand back there.
Stand, yeah.
He misses his stand. He knows
Stephen Premel says, Emily.
Yes.
Emily.
Yes. Stephen! My hair is
life.
Life itself. My hair is life itself. Everyone, welcome to We Are Trash People. This is the show where we talk about something related to the world of Chris Gethard's Twitch comedy streaming network, Planet Scum. And comedy as a whole. Thank you for your compliments on my hair. I am taking compliments currently. It's my favorite. It's actually just my favorite thing in the world. I really love this color. It's like this, it's called like Electric Pussycat, and it glows in black light. Yeah. Which I'm not going to be able to see because I can't go to any clubs because...
These purple lights are kind of, we could put purple lights on.
Makes me happy, you know?
Let's see.
It matches the microphone.
It matches my microphone right now.
It does, even though that's red in
red
this light. Very nice. Very nice.
It's not glowing like you'd hope.
Yeah, not as bright as one would hope, but still, it brings me joy whenever I see it in the mirror. And don't we all just need a little extra joy these days? Just a
it looks like there was a bit of a Twitch problem, but I think we're back.
I was just talking about how we all need a pinch of joy.
We do need a pinch of joy.
A little pinch of joy in our lives. And that was apparently too hot for Twitch.
Black lights are for college dorm rooms and apartments.
I mean, this is a basement apartment.
We are basement dwellers, that's true.
Yeah, I feel like black lights are also just for basements in general, not just basement apartments.
Yeah, any basement that feels like it could be the side of a van. You know? And a lot of our art could be seen on the side of a van. Like that Juice Man art from the Gethard show that we have back there. I would love to see that guy on a van. It's
also a pretty long apartment in terms of like how it's laid out. So when you said that, I just kind of imagined our whole living room as like the interior of a van because it's like a similar dimension.
I mean, it is. I also would love a Carrie Fisher flipping you off on the side of a van.
Oh, yeah.
Puzzling.
Absolutely.
Lumby BBR is puzzling and watching this. And we're going to do something similar to a puzzle a little later on, which is trivia.
That's right.
So go to Kahoot.it or use the Kahoot app and enter the room code on the bottom of your screen to sign up for trivia. But, you know, we got some things to do first. And of course,
some things,
as always, first up on We Are Trash People is... It's tarot time.
The explosion's gonna get me every single time. Every single time. Friends, let's dip right in to this tarot. We're doing a general reading for the collective using the beautiful Planet Scum tarot deck designed by our very own Stephen Premel, and I will be doing a spread that was given to me, that was designed and then taught to me by Ada the Resident Witch, who I met on the Discord.
Yeah.
Friends, Straine, you haven't used Kahoot in so long because you haven't been hanging out with us on Radio Free Multiverse's Fridays trivia from outside of time and space. Oh, I'm just really excited because Forrest has been working on the puppet.
I have, but we haven't. The new puppet may not be debuting for a little bit yet.
Maybe you'll have to stay tuned. Friends, let's check it out. The explosion is what sells it. If we're plugging
ourselves, check out Monday's World's Hottest Goss.
Oh, yeah.
Where Emily and I both appeared. I appeared as Fluval and as a surprise puppet at the very end. So check out World's Hottest Goss at twitch.tv/theboardcastle.
And if you know Radio Free Multiverse, Bulldog is also there.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I was working. Well, I don't accept your apology, Straine.
I do. Because that's the duality of this show.
Friends.
Yeah.
Let's check this out. So our first card that I'm going to pull, this is our general card. This is our general, this is our theme. Mm-hmm. Our theme of the week.
What's the theme?
The Toy Darien.
I am cherishing it, Straine.
I'm also going to cherish it, Straine. And I think that that's where the Toy Darien comes into play. This glorious card representing, of course, our Watto is based...
You'll be able to see this Saturday.
Oh my god, I forgot. I'm so excited. It's based on the Devil card. This card is all about our vices. This is all about the things that we do that maybe aren't the best for us.
Straine won't be able to, but all the rest of you will be able to see Watto this Saturday.
I'm sorry about that, Straine.
You could watch a rerun, but let's get back to the cards.
Or you could just watch it while you work.
That's true. Just watch it while you work. You wouldn't be the only person who has watched a Planet Scum show while you're working.
Rebellion is built on watching things while you work.
Rebel Twitch viewers watching from their hidden workplace. I throw it up at the bar.
Yeah! But yeah, this is all about our vices, all about the things that we get kind of trapped in. We have our lovely enslaved individuals who, look at those chains. They could just slip them right off. Mm-hmm. They're in this for fun. It's almost kind of kinky, right? I don't know. I haven't really thought about that until just now when I was like, they're chained to that block in kind of like an...
What I love is as soon as you said, it's kind of kinky, we lost 6 viewers.
Oh!
And I don't know why. I don't know what bots decided that we didn't want to be famous and didn't need to spam us to get followers, but...
Prudes! It's all prudes.
Also, Lindsay likes your hair.
Thank you. But yeah, that's what this card is all about. It's very interesting that this is the theme of our week. The things that we indulge in that may not be the best for us. Maybe like overworking, overindulging. 19 viewers is just one viewer away from being famous. You're totally right. So let's see what other cards we pulled to illuminate this theme. Here's the things that are going to get in our way, our stumbling blocks, so to speak. Hi, Sarm.
Hello, Sarm.
Oh, the foundation is our stumbling block this week. That's so interesting. This is the patriarch without the patriarchy, right? This is the things we have already built for ourselves, the foundation we have laid for ourselves. And it's interesting. This is our stumbling block. I wonder if it points to complacency. It points to the idea that we're just sort of leaning on the foundation that we have set for ourselves, and we're not really pushing ourselves towards the further fulfillment that we want, or challenging ourselves in a certain way. Maybe it's issues with the bumper factory. Maybe it's capitalism. Maybe it's the foundation of our society.
Stephen Premmel says, leaning on a foundation of good intent.
Ooh. Also very interesting. So sort of like, well, I mean to be doing good. Like, I really want to help people by throwing this rave. It's going to make everyone really happy. So I think I should do it despite the fact that everyone's going to get fucking COVID.
Maybe you've been leaning on the foundation show to fill your free time and you're out of episodes, and so you can't keep leaning on it.
We got to an episode, like, if you like the foundation show, go for it. I'm so happy for you. The last episode that we watched used the same fucking footage of this woman just going through a random building like 3 different times, and I couldn't deal. I was just like, I'm bored. This could go so much faster. So let's look at our worst case scenario.
Yeah, what's our worst case
for this week?
scenario?
What's our worst case scenario? Oh, once again.
Interesting.
Our
Oh,
worst case scenario.
well, the box with foundation is very interesting because it's been the foundation of so many weeks.
Oh.
Yet now, Pickle has won what's in it.
That's true.
And there hasn't been.
So perhaps our stumbling block is the lack of foundation that we currently feel. There has been a change up in a routine that has been steady for months, for years, for a year.
Yeah, plus almost 17 months.
Yeah. Yeah, that box, it's now happily in Canada. That garden right there, Canada. I know I haven't said that before, but it was I can tell it was Stephen Premel's
has been in Canada all along.
It has been there all along. Premel, I know that you can confirm this because we have spoken at length about how this is definitely Canada. Yep, correct.
There you go. See? Straight from the horse's mouth, right
Straight
there.
from the horse's mouth. But that's really interesting. We may not be leaning on a foundation that we have built ourselves. Instead, we are sort of trying to figure out what the hell is going on with the lack of something foundational in our lives, the lack of a certain routine, the disappearance of perhaps a goal.
Do you think we've been, and I think that the most appropriate way to put it is wily coyoteing,
Yes.
where we're running on a foundation because we haven't looked down to think if it's still there.
That's really interesting. I like that as well. And I like how the cliffs here sort of look like Wile E. Coyote cliffs. So that's really interesting. We're ending up back in the Garden of Ideas in our potential. And that's the worst case scenario. And this has come up as the worst case scenario before. And in this space, it sort of suggested inaction, not really knowing which way to take our goals, what we want our end thing to be, this idea of fulfillment, the idea of knowing what we are for and what our life is for, and the kind of existential comfort that I have never felt, but I have heard other people express that they have felt when they felt like their life had a purpose, either through a religion or a philosophy, whether it's something they lost or that they found. Wow. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine that deep breath, that like shoulder unwind of like, I know what my life's purpose is.
Yes.
I looked at the lines in the mirror and suddenly I knew I am Morpheus and I need to find Neo. Can you imagine though? Can you imagine? That's something I really liked about this Matrix. It's so much, in the Matrix in general, it's so much about destiny and the use of predestiny and the ideas, because so it's diegetic versus non-diegetic surrealism and prophecy within shows and media. So, for example...
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
I mean, like, so, for example, in The Matrix, Trinity often has prophetic dreams. And those are diegetic to the world. So she's saying, like, I am having prophetic dreams, and then those prophecies come true. She is actually perceiving the reality within the reality of the show. In Search Party... without any spoilers, our main character experiences visions, and we have no way of knowing within the reality of the show whether or not they are true prophecies within the reality of the show, or if they just represent what's going on inside of that character's head.
What would you say about Anakin's visions?
I would say that they are absolutely diegetic.
I agree.
Search Party rules so hard. That's what this means.
So
it means you got to check out Search Party.
Go watch Search Party on HBO Max.
Do it. It's really good.
It's a very good season.
It's really good.
Series.
So here's our question. Like, are we leaning too hard on a foundation, which is just keeping us stuck in the garden of ideas? Are we struggling to find a foundation because our goals have been accomplished? A goal has been accomplished, and now without our working towards that goal, we're like, what's our next fucking goal? We're back in the garden of ideas. What do we do? What do we do, Neo? Tell us! And he's like, I don't know that I believe that there's the one, because there never was. It was always a trinity.
Oh my goodness. I just got the...
Can we just make this a Matrix podcast now?
We should just do a Matrix episode one week.
I just really want to.
Just do promo photos of us in sunglasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so rewatchable. We just rewatched it over 3 days ago.
We literally rewatched it. We just put it back on.
I think that means do it. As in we should do a Matrix episode.
Do it. Let's look at our best case scenario.
What's our best case scenario?
Absolutely watch it for Ghost.
Definitely watch it for Ghost. It's very good.
So
iPad is giving this ominous red glow because of my wallpaper, so my hand looks...
Friends, here's our best case scenario. This is what we got going for us. This is the shit that's in our court saying, like, I got you.
Nap trick snack snore.
Nap trick snack snore.
Pat the Hat?
Pat the Hat. This card is all about transformative relaxation. Yeah. This is all about taking a moment, grabbing a snack, watching the sunrise.
Also, it's Patrick's birthday tomorrow, and unlike last time he said it, it's actually his birthday.
So that's really interesting. That transformative rest is in our court. We have this ability to take a breath, to reevaluate, to see where we're going, and like to take that pressure off of ourselves, which I think is so interesting compared to our stumbling block being this foundation and this sort of like, we've built all of this stuff up and now we're just back in the garden of ideas. We have the ability to...
That's fair, CBC 9000.
That is true. That is true. Let's look at our best case
But
scenario.
I do like that, as you were saying. It's an interesting one to pair with.
Our best case scenario for this week.
Yeah. Oh, the game.
The game. We're getting back in the game. Wow. Your head's in the game. Get your head in the game.
That's true.
Exactly. I think that that's so interesting because, like, so the best case scenario is that we take time to, like, think about what we want to do. We chill out and we reevaluate. We create a new game for ourselves. We are playing. We're re-putting ourselves in the game. We're just hosting our new game, our new show, Game of Life. Ooh. So let's look at all these together. We got the toy Darien. We got vices that we can escape from. Right. We have power over them. But, you know, our vices, the things that are distracting us from our purpose. We have, on the worst case scenario, the loss of a foundation and just heading back to square one. Not really knowing what to do with our ideas or what ideas we really want to work on. In our best case scenario, or in terms of, I suppose, in terms of vices, perhaps we have built up a routine to not do a particular vice.
Yeah.
And now we feel like we're back at square one. We're relying on that again. Or perhaps it's that we feel like we have thrown away, or perhaps just accomplished something. I don't know. Let's look at our best case scenario with that. We have our best case scenario is relaxing and recentering ourselves. And you know what's interesting is that in this relaxation, we got our chips, we got our chilling. And you know what's part of chilling? Indulging in healthy vices.
So
taking the pressure off of ourselves.
Not the vice itself that's the problem right now. It's our emotions
towards
beating yourself
it.
up about it, how you relate to it.
feeling like, well, why am I not already building a new foundation?
Yeah.
Why am I not already building a new foundation for the thing that I want to do? I feel kind of lost. Maybe you even actually do have goals. They're just not new, exciting goals.
Right.
So your brain is like, but do they exist?
That's a great point.
And it's like, yes, they're just not new and exciting. That's me like sitting with my planner being like, what do I have to do? I'm not doing anything with my life. I'm not doing anything with my life. Yes, I have set up a system by which I have created goals for myself, which is creating certain things, and I'm marching along with that, and I'm doing those things. But these aren't new and exciting, so they don't exist. I'm doing nothing with my life, and then I want to pile more on top of that to feel like I'm doing something with my life when I've already planned out the amount of things I can reasonably do with my time.
That's relatable.
Let's look at our advice. What's our advice? What's our advice? The Archivist.
Great card.
The Archivist. We got our hex with his shining hexagram of inspiration above. The Archivist is the curator. They're the person who looks through everything, puts things together, and re-examines the past, puts it together to create a story. And that's our advice. You can't do this without taking a step back.
Right.
You just can't. You can't see the big picture unless you take a step back. And so I think that perhaps what this is saying to us is you don't have to live in that anxiety that you're just being an indulgent loser and that you're not working hard enough to do something. And instead, recognizing that when we relax, that's an important... We do have both an archivist and keeper of the canon. The canon keeper keeps. They're collector. They're balancer. They juggle shit. They're like your working memory. You're the working memory. The archivist is the long-term memory.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't...
So I think that that's what this is saying. Take a step back. Look at the big picture. And try not to get too wrapped up in the garden of ideas, because you are already playing a game. That's fair. My keeper has gone missing. I have no working memory.
I definitely have more keeper than archivist. I think also keeper, I know a lot about fictional worlds.
You do.
Do I have that knowledge organized anywhere? No. No.
Does it need to be?
No.
Beautiful.
I'm just juggling those Earths. Those Scum planets.
Those planets come.
Just juggling.
Those planets come.
Those planets. Look at
that. Friends, that's our tarot reading.
That is our tarot reading.
Take a deep breath. It's all going to be okay.
And of course, after this next segment, I will be playing some trivia, so you can get ready. Click on Kahoot.it or using the Kahoot app and entering the room code on the bottom of our screen. But before that, it's time for...
Show and tell! The part of the show where I show off some art thing, usually a zine, that I got. And we Google the creator thereof. This week, we're checking out the Disability Manifesto. A Disability Manifesto, not the Disability Manifesto. Thoughts on crypt value in capitalist land. A zine by Mick Moran. And I picked this up because I'm a disabled person in our capitalist landscape. And the first thing that we see when we open it up is I am not disposable because I am disabled. And I was like, oh, I need this.
Interestingly, it looks like this is actually the rare zine we talk about that you can no longer buy on Silver Sprocket, presumably because they sold out. But yeah.
But yeah, yes, better than crypto.
Oh yeah.
So this is just a beautiful little zine full of sort of thoughts, mantras that I have found very helpful to just repeat because we are all soaked in propaganda about capitalism. My life has value even if I am not a cog in the machine of capitalism. You have no idea how many times I think this in a day, or have to think this in a day. My body is not something to be fixed simply so that I can generate wealth or do things for other people. That includes, like, you know, the people you don't want to let down, especially when you're a young person who is disabled or has a person with an invisible disability. It's so hard to tell people, like, no, I can't do that. Like, I know that you just have to trust me when I say that I cannot do these things, but your insistence that I can, or that I just need to do something about this. Probably everyone, but everyone who's been sick, especially chronically, has the experience of someone asking about it or telling someone about it, and they're immediately like, have you tried yoga?
And here's their
Have you
Etsy.
tried going gluten-free? Have you tried, like, this diet exercise combo that I'm going to say, because I'm really afraid that it's going to happen to me and it's not going to be easily fixable. So I need you to confirm for me that whatever it is that you're doing, you're not doing it enough, so that I can convince myself that if this does happen to me, I will just magically be better.
It looks like you can buy a copy of that zine as well as stickers from it on their Etsy as well. Oh. And they have a sticker that is the I am not disposable because I am
love that.
disabled, and it's etsy.com/shop/measuring spoons, which I posted in the chat and will also post in the show notes. See? And this is the Disability Super Pack, which has that zine, has 2 zines and 2 stickers.
I love it.
And it's all just very cool. I love it.
I love it.
And you can choose varying stickers.
They also have a medical cheat sheet.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, I'm not sharing. I thought I was sharing that tab while I was clicking through them. Yeah, see, this is the medical cheat sheet, which can come with it, and it seems really neat.
Yeah. We have beautiful stuff. My body is not broken. All bodies have strengths. All bodies have weaknesses. All humans have needs. All humans are variable. Something I like to say when I feel alone. I deserve autonomy. All humans do. And that sort of comes to, like, even able-bodied people. This idea that if you are able, you need to be a cog in the machine of capitalism. And any time that you are able, if you feel even a little bit able, because sometimes, like, the most annoying part of having a disability that causes chronic sickness or pain is that you can be in a situation where it's like, all right, as long as I'm sitting here and pacing through my house for like 10 minutes every 10 minutes, I'm not in pain. But if I try and do anything else, I will be in pain. So you're like, well, I'm not in pain while I'm doing this, so I should be utilizing this time. But I know that if I try, like, all I can do is that which keeps me not in pain. Then you feel like, do I deserve to not be in pain? Like, do I deserve to allow myself to just sit in a fucking chair and then pace around my room every 10 minutes so that I remain not in pain? Yes!
Yeah.
We all do. We deserve dignity.
Yeah.
We deserve care.
All humans deserve care.
All humans deserve care. I am not disposable because I am disabled. That's just fucking everywhere. Whenever I'm looking at shit online about disability, there's always some motherfucker who's like, well, they're not contributing to capitalism, so, like, they're not contributing to society. What a leech. What leeches on society. And it's like, oh, that's just white supremacist propaganda.
Yeah, and eugenicist.
Yeah, it's like eugenics, which is
like
bad. It comes from white
our
supremacist bullshit. So that's been what's helping me out these days. Struggling with internalized ableism in this, the author.
Also, here's the author's about.me.
Oh, wonderful.
Which also lists their Instagram and a link to their website, which is a link tree. That is a bunch of their other zines, some reviews of their zines.
Ooh.
Just a lot of cool stuff, including their hand lettering portfolio.
Oh. Very cool. Yeah, they have, like, beautiful...
Yeah, the lettering in this zine is so good.
Yeah. Like, it's gorgeous.
They also have a Patreon.
They also have Patreon, so support them and buy their things. This is beautiful. I love it. It's all about something to look at and help you deal with internalized ableism. Our society is garbage.
Also, the author refers to themselves as a zinester, which is a term I love.
Me too. I'm a zinester.
We're zinesters
That's what I
here
am
on We Are
now.
Trash People.
That's who I am.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
a
the Disability
zinester.
Manifesto
And
by
it's
Nick
beautiful.
Moran, and you should check it out and get your own copy and support cool artists saying cool things.
Even if you are able-bodied, I think it's
relatable.
great for you too. I think that it's absolutely relatable, and all bodies are like, we're gonna be disabled.
Right, like able-bodied.
If you are able-bodied,
you're
that is a temporary
Right,
situation.
you're
It just is. It just
disabled.
fundamentally is. And
Not-
it's that intense
Right.
fear that awakens in everyone, including myself. The idea of becoming more disabled or being able to do less. It's so scary.
So you know what you should do
We just
while
gotta
you still
recognize
can?
that.
You should go to Kahoot.it or use the Kahoot app and enter room code 718-4549. Just like Puzzle Walk Run, Sarm Smith, Chaos, Stephen Premmel, and Straynay. Yes, and Alfie Valerie points out they also wrote the abortion self-end care zine, which is very good.
Ooh, very cool.
Which is the DIY doula self-care for before, during, and after your abortion. And it's a zine.
Oh, I love that.
That's also, you can find that link at the link tree that I put in the chat, and they'll also be in the show notes for those of you watching after the fact. Which is also, just check it out. And again, it's time for trivia. So go to Kahoot.it or use the Kahoot app and enter room code 718-4549, just like Emily Pineapple is doing right now, and Horde Jedi _real.
I don't think that's the real Horde Jedi.
CVC's
I'm gonna
here.
be real.
I don't either. Pineapples, you're in. I think we'll give you a little bit more time
Just a moment to join this Kahoot.
for our 10-question Planet
Hummus
Scum and Comedy
Fatson.
Kahoot.
Ooh.
Just like Hummus
I miss
Fatson.
hummus.
I like hummus. I've never had chocolate hummus that exists.
Welcome, Blog-
I like that even on this
Tobin.
show, I'll bring gross food facts.
About chocolate hummus.
Yeah. Blah 0 to pound 0 euro sign. And chocolate
Yeah,
hummus
it's
is
like
pretty good.
probably pretty good.
That's true. It's just dessert hummus. It's like a real thing. It's not like Mountain Dew.
Yeah, just chickpeas.
That's a good point.
Bootleg
Skeptical until you
Bart,
tried
welcome,
it.
Goo.
Bootleg Bart here as is
Welcome.
Goo. Welcome, Goo.
Remember that chickpeas are high in FODMAPs, so if you're a person with IBS, you might want to avoid hummus.
Yeah, if you have temperamental bowels.
Temperamental bowels.
1BBBR just finished the puzz. Congratulations.
Are you posting
What
a
great
picture of it
timing.
anywhere? I want to know.
Well, it's
I
being
want to know
played
what
in the Discord.
puzzle. Oh,
It's an online puzzle, like collaborative puzzle that was linked out in the Discord a little earlier on.
I love that.
Oh, Jess Fadson always feels unnecessarily purist about hummus flavors. White bean puzz. Bah. Humbug.
Bah humbug.
I said white bean puzz, didn't I?
Yep.
I mean white bean hummus, not white bean puzzles. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do feel purist about white bean puzzles as well, but let's see. This is the finished puzzle.
Okay.
That I'm going to share before we get our Kahoot started. Thanks to Single Walk Run for sharing it with me.
Oh, cute.
This is the finished puzzle. This looks tricky.
That
This is a
does
tricky
look
puzzle.
very tricky. But I like how there's so many different flags because you can
I
like
like the
see it
flags,
and like
yeah.
know the flags.
Those seem like the easier part. That brick wall seems very difficult.
Right?
And now we see all the hands moving around.
I love it.
But that
Hell
sounds
yeah!
great.
Hello, hands!
Hello, hands! And now, why don't we say hello to trivia?
Oh!
Why don't we Pokemon Go to our trivia as Kahoot starts now in 3, 2, 1. It's not a Pokemon question. Don't know why I said that reference.
I just love
But
it.
James Adomian appeared on how many episodes of the Chris Gethard show as Jesse Ventura? Why don't we Chris go to?
Chris, go.
We have 1, 2, 3, or 4. How many episodes? That's right. The correct answer is 2.
Damn.
Fire, you got it right. It's 2. He appeared in Loser is the New Nerd, and later in Loser is Still the New Nerd.
Wow.
He
I
also
put 3 because I guessed.
I mean, he appeared on others. He appeared as Sebastian Gorka on A Sandwich Night.
Oh, yeah.
And lots of other things. So check out those episodes of The Chris Gethard Show. Just like right now, you can check out our leaderboard.
Oh,
Where Strain
Chaos!
A is in first, Puzzle Walk Run in second, CBC in third, Chaos in fourth, Goo in fifth. I agree. I love his Jesse Ventura.
It's
You know
amazing.
Who else is funny?
Who?
Tom Sharpling, which is the subject of question number 2. Pocket Irishman holder Tom Sharpling voices which character on Steven Universe? Does he voice Greg Universe, Lion, Onion, or Steven Universe? Seen here are gems, crystal and otherwise. But they'll always find a way.
They will.
Yeah, they'll always find a way.
Yeah.
'Cause
If
they're
you
here
think
to
that they
save the day.
can't save the day, they're gonna find a way.
That's why this world believes in Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl.
And Steven.
And Steven. But are any of those who Tom Sharpling voices? No, he voices Greg Universe. Steven's dad. 11 of you got it. Lion is voiced by D. Bradley Baker, who also voices all of the clones on Clone Wars. Onion and Steven are both voiced by Zach Callison.
And
Allison. And
yeah, this
wrote
is
it with Tom Sharpling in mind because Rebecca Sugar is a big Best Show fan.
hell yeah.
Which, of course, is Tom Sharpling's radio show. It was previously on WFMU and is now on internet radio and podcasts.
Internet radio.
Internet radio. I'm from the 90s. I'm a time traveler. What happened to Netscape and Alta Vista? Oh, there's another puzz going.
Oh, another puzz.
It's a single walk run, maybe distracted. Let's go to the leaderboard. See which of you got it. Not much change. Oh, Goo, you're now in fourth, and Stephen Premmel appearing for the first time on the leaderboard in this quiz in 5th place. Where are you, Pineapple?
I got this right, but I am still in 9th place.
I mean, literally, almost
1
everyone.
point behind
Almost everyone
Blocktober.
got that right, so that makes sense. That didn't move you up much.
I gotta
Let's
work
see
harder.
if
Gotta
you
work
know
faster.
The next question. Which Mystery Science Theater 3000 host was a guest on TCGS's The Crowdsourced Character Contest 3? Was that Joel Hodgson, Jonah Ray, Mike Nelson, or Crow? And another question about this episode appeared on a recent We Are Trash People, so there's your hint.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Oh, I got it right!
Yeah, because Jonah Ray was on that same episode with Aparna, who had played a character, and that was the subject of another question, but it was Jonah Ray.
What was the name of her character?
Good question.
It was like that amazing creature.
Yeah, no, it was a creature with plates for eyes.
Yeah.
Hello, beautiful city. Fun fact, Joel Hodgson, also on Steven Universe, where he plays Mayor Daley. The mayor.
Mayor Dewey.
Mayor Dewey. That was my trick. You got me. It was Mayor Dewey. Mayor Daley is someone else.
Aparna is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
in
Aparna's
season
great
5.
in Search Party. Who was Aparna in Character Contest? Crowdsourced Character
What was
Contest.
their name?
3.
It was like Googie
It was like
or
syllables.
something.
It was purely syllables.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up on IMDb.
Because we watched the video of it.
Yeah, we did. We watched it right here on the show. Of course. But, sometime that was weeks ago at this point, because that was before our big New Year's break.
Yeah.
So
they made like
Scrumpin' Nompin' Nompin'.
Scrumpin' Nompin' Nompin'.
They only made bug noises.
I feel less bad forgetting
Not
it now that I know that it's
Scrumpin' Nompin'
Scrumpin' Nompin' Nompin'.
Well, let's go to our leaderboard and see who knew that Jonah Ray was also on that episode. CBC in second, Stephen Premmel in third, Horde Jedi Reel in fourth, Sarm Smith in fifth, Straine holding on to first place. And CBC now has the highest answer streak of 3, because CBC has aced every question so far.
Hot damn.
Pineapple.
I am now in 8th place.
So you moved up 1 place.
I moved up 1 place.
Okay.
I am now 14 points behind Puzzle Walk Run.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if my advancement is just because there's a new puzzle. So
Well,
someone
you also-
answered slower.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably it. But, now I think that's interesting. When you tell me that, I say, now that's interesting.
Yeah. Do
Which is
you?
also the subject of our next question.
Oh.
On the final episode of Now That's Interesting, Maya and Justin led a table read of a script for which show?
Oh.
Maya in the Big Blue House, Maya Sharma's Neighborhood, Maya's Universe, or Maya and Her Amazing Friends?
I'm guessing, but I think that the one that I picked, I might have just picked because it's a joke that they have made. And I don't know if they executed on that joke, and that's why I know it.
They also illustrated characters from the show as an incentive.
I think I know this one. I think I got it right.
You think you had an excellent week because you got this question right?
Yes, this is definitely going to make or break my week.
Of course, excellent week.
Yes.
It's their new show that happens every other Monday on Planet Scum.
Yeah. Check it out.
Here we go. We got
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the correct answer is a 60. It's Maya's Universe.
And I do like that it's a spin-off of Stargate Universe.
Not Steven Universe. I like it. I also did not I hadn't seen Steven Universe at that point, so I did not get why they all had gems in them. But yeah.
Oh shit!
Fuck, says Straine. Let's see why Straine says fuck and Emily Pineapple says oh shit by going to the leaderboard. Receiving Pummel in first, Straine down to second, CBC in third, Pineapple in fourth with 2888. Less than 100 points. Less than you're about 12 points behind third place.
Nice math.
And hey, it's Verghost. Hey, you're in fifth, and 3 players just hit answer streak. 3 in a row.
Ooh.
Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's go to the next question. Here we go. Question number 5. Which Daily Show correspondent wrote the books Areas of My Expertise? More information than you require, and that is all. I'll give you a hint that this guest appeared on the Chris Gethard Show. Is it Dimitri Martin, Ed Helms, John Hodgman, or Stephen Colbert? Seen here are books. Books is a medium in which these were written. There's also audiobooks of these available, and presumably ebooks as well. They're not pictured.
Okay, so
But presumably that's how they came out.
It's like I was like, okay, so fuck, I was gonna pick John Hodgman because it sounded like a John Hodgman
joke,
like title.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, I think I'm wrong, and I picked Ed Helms. And
I also did Jess Fanson Montgomery. I also did. I thought Onion writer and Daily Show correspondent were like the 2 highest things you could aspire to be in life. But it's correct. The correct answer is John Hodgman, who of course appeared on the Chris Gethard Show episodes Slam Dunks and Slam Poetry, where he read Walt Whitman poems while the flying Walt Whitman slam dunked behind him.
That was amazing.
Let's go to the leaderboard and see whose area,
I've dropped off the board.
Which player was this an area of their expertise?
Not I.
Not you, but it was for Verghost and Bootleg Bart, who are now on the leaderboard. But of course, the highest achievement is SNL, much like Sarah Squirm.
The highest achievement.
Beautiful City wants to know what your shirt is.
It's quite fun.
Let's sacrifice Toby.
And a little clue: if you go in the day after Halloween to a Halloween store, you can get one of these babies for like $5. Especially if it's extra, extra large, which this one is. Hell yeah.
Sam Smith loves those shirts.
Fucking right. Aren't they great?
And just while we're on the subject of shirts, of course, my shirt is a Sandwich Night shirt, which you can get yourself
for not
at
$5
planetscum.live/merch for a little bit more than that.
Because it's in a size, it's in just a massive size.
Alice says, please don't shame big shirts. I need them.
No, I love big shirts.
Yeah, that was not a complaint on Emily's part, just to be clear.
This is more of a making fun of people who do not like, they're like, no, I only wear t-shirts that are like, fit me
let's eat a sandwich after we sacrifice Toby to unite the shirts.
Because big shirts are my most comfortable thing to wear,
but
I've realized.
Before we do that, I think we should go to the next question. Here we go. In a 1984 issue, the Avengers appeared on which late-night talk show? The Chris Gethard Show, Late Night with David Letterman, The Merv Griffin Show, or The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. Which show did Earth's Mightiest Heroes appear on in a 1984 issue of The Avengers?
So I'm guessing, based on the timeline that I cannot confirm, but that I roughly have... I was right.
Yeah,
I was right. Because I'm like, Johnny Carson,
Letterman.
I think is older.
No, he was still around. Yeah, Carson was still around. All of these except for the Gethard Show were active talk shows.
Is this the story of Merv? Hell yeah.
Yeah, and
yep,
it was
TCGS.
It was in Avengers 239 when the Avengers went on late night to help boost Wonder Man's acting career. Because, of course, Wonder Man was both a superhero and a Hollywood movie star. That was like
Beautiful.
his gimmick that separated him from other heroes.
I love that.
And now we're going to go to the leaderboard, and then we're going to take a look at a panel or page from that issue. But first, who is on the leaderboard? Excelsior!
Excelsior! It's me!
Bootleg Bart, Stormsmith, and Pineapples have joined the leaderboard. Stephen Premel and Strainay holding on to the lead, though, with Strainay less than 20 points behind the leader.
One.
This is a tough one.
But this is like a really nice mix. Yeah. I really feel the competition.
Yeah, it's a tough one where
that's nice.
A lot of people are getting them right. It's not so tough, except for like...
But there's
some difficult ones that people won't get.
It's challenging enough that I feel like there's a lot of variability in where I end up on this leaderboard. So it feels like anyone could win.
It does so far.
But like it's still challenging. You know?
Horde Jedi Reel is the highest climber, up 4 points with that forced jump.
I don't think that's really Horde Jedi.
But here's this page.
Ooh.
Where the villain gets bonked but with a giant doorknob. I'm afraid we'll have to pull the big knob on your career. Doing.
What the hell?
I'm really sorry I had to end this way. I've never had to do this to a guest before. What? I'm afraid you stepped just a little out of line. I'll take that. The doorknob. It's just so darn big, isn't it? I guess that'll teach you not to mess with David Letterman.
Look at his awful smile.
Because he has that gap.
So evil. But just like
that's what
expression.
That's just what David Letterman looks like.
He looks evil.
Dave. Ha ha ha. Did you see that? Fantastic. I mean, he's not great. Well, he's had
I know
some
nothing
problems.
about him except that he has a name. Except that I know his name and that he's in late night.
He
I know that Conan O'Brien's a good person.
Conan's a better person. I think that's fair, but
you're like, I'm not gonna call anyone a good person.
I don't know. I'm not. I've learned.
I don't know their life.
No, but Letterman had
I've seen Search Party.
Letterman had some issues in the
stuff.
Letterman was sued by one of his writers for harassment stuff. So Letterman's like Letterman's better. They're comedic idols from the 1980s.
It's kind of
calling
easy.
any of them a good person is
that's fair.
Never a good idea.
It's like not that hard to not harass people.
No, it's not.
Like Keanu Reeves has been doing it for years.
He just buys his stunt doubles motorcycles.
Just does the hard work of not harassing anyone.
Not that hard, but apparently
is his superpower writing letters. Perhaps it's a sliding scale.
Exactly.
Yes.
I wish he was David Letterman. Why didn't he?
What?
Why didn't he appear on the Electric Company with Spider-Man?
What are you talking about?
The Electric Company. I'm gonna make us big while I do this. The Electric Company was another children's educational show that the Children's Television Workshop made along with Sesame Street, where Spider-Man was a recurring character, and Morgan Freeman was a cast member. Also not a great person. And Morgan
Freeman's not a great person.
Some iffy stuff there too. I mean,
damn, of course there is.
Which is not minimizing it. It's just like they're going to be disappointed with some of those idols, unfortunately, and hopefully we can be better.
It's rough, but it's one of those things where, like, with historical people who are dead and who have been dead for a while, I'm kind of like, all right, so, like, I can appreciate that which I got from their work while recognizing and needing to know what their biases and what their wrongdoings are so that I can investigate and interrogate the things that I got from them to make sure that I am not accidentally or implicitly absorbing some of that. Like when I write goblins that run a bank, because I've just seen that in fairy tales, I could also do some historical research and notice that it's just anti-Semitic. It's just all anti-Semitism. And the fact that I'm not being anti-Semitic by putting goblins running my fucking bank, she is also a TERF.
There's lots of...
And that's the other fucking thing, is you need to...
Yeah.
Like... you can love Harry. Everyone grew up with Harry Potter, but it's important to investigate the things you got from them for turfy shit, for white supremacy, for gender essentialism. Like, I mean, that's just turf 101.
There's lots of problems with J.K. Rowling. We don't have even without there being a Wednesday show, I don't think we have time to fully unpack all of the issues with what J.K. Rowling has written.
Right. Oh, the movie Carol. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Also, check out Alice's new podcast.
Which Forrest is looking up.
Yes, with Laser
it's important. I think that's a beautiful way to
bestidea.gay, which is the best URL. I'm so happy you got that. I did not know there was a .gay URL extension, but it is the best one.
Oh my god!
In case the link didn't post because it's iffy with that. Oh, it did. Good. I guess I tweaked it better here.
Best idea.
Check that out.
Gay.
It's the Best Idea of All Time podcast where they watch Carol every single week.
Which I think is lovely.
It's such a good idea. It's the best idea.
But that's the thing. I think that investigating the things that we love through the lens of what terrible shit could be hiding within this. I don't think that is like saying that the person who wrote it is like automatically fully bad. It's not denigrating the cultural legacy of whoever they are, which are all things that white supremacists and TERFs like to say when you call out a particular writer or historical figure for their bullshit.
It's just understanding it properly.
Yeah, understanding it and making sure that what you're taking from it isn't perpetuating any bad ideas and perhaps extracting those shitty parts so that you can move forward with an interesting story about goblins and fantasy banks.
Because hopefully culture improves.
It's like D&D.
Over time. Well, D&D is a great example.
It reminds me of D&D because they're like looking through, they're like, these characters are based on racist stereotypes that we didn't notice when they were first being written because we're a bunch of white dudes, and changing it and being like, okay, well, we need the fact that we weren't meaning to be racist and anti-Semitic and all of these things doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's definitely issues with Wizards of the Coast.
We need to change it.
I do like that they're trying to right?
Yeah, Bill Cosby record. It's like
he did shape comedy but is also horrible.
Yeah, and thinking through okay, well, this joke that meant X to me now has a different meaning to me based on what I know, or perhaps I still really resonate with X joke and X thing, and I still want to use the influence of that style in whatever I'm making, but I need to make sure. Do you just throw them away? Wagner.
And Wagner, yeah, exactly.
Wagner.
Letterman is an interesting example with that for me because, he was one of the first. Him and Conan were some of the first people who introduced a sort of level of absurd.
Oh, you know what you could do?
And you can make art.
You can make you can melt them in the oven and I them into bowls and shit. I would of course want to take off the.
Yeah, look up how to do it.
Oh yeah.
Non-hazardously.
You're like, Emily, you have released so many toxic fumes and set so many things on fire in this apartment. These are all true things. Yeah. Am I still going to create wantonly and then Google what I should have done afterwards?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you will.
Yes, I am. And that's why this relationship works. Because you understand this.
And then I'll
allow me
Emily,
to do it.
What does it say? So it says you should use that in a well-ventilated area? Was that area well-ventilated? Was it, though?
But not questioning me beforehand, because he knows if you say, Emily, should you be doing that, it will be done faster and more intense.
Ooh, I like Virgo's idea.
They were going to bring Letterman as himself into the MCU.
What if Letterman...
But different versions of him from the multiverse. Oh, I love
We can learn what would Dave be like if he had actually been given the Tonight Show like Carson wanted.
That sounds like on the CW's Flash For a while, they were having that actor who played
Cavanagh?
JD's brother. Yes.
Yeah, Tom Cavanagh.
Tom Cavanagh playing
host
different
of
versions of the same person from
Co-host.
different dimensions, from different universes.
Who co-hosts the podcast Mike and Tom Eat Snacks, where they eat snacks and rate them, which was a very influential podcast early in the podcasting days.
Yeah. I just wish that, like, I get that, like, it's a CW show, but boy, did I love them just letting him do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, they won't let him bring
great.
in the big knob, though. Well, because, I mean,
gonna
it
bring
also
that big
deflates all of the attention if you know at any time...
The big knob's gonna come
Letterman
out.
could just pull out his big knob and, like, that's why they couldn't bring him in with
Is
Thanos.
that the joke?
Oh, my God. Is that a dick joke?
Is it a dick joke?
It's got to be a dick joke.
I thought it was just like, give them the rod, like how they used to have the like cane to pull people off stage. It was just an old reference. Is it just a...
No, I
Wait,
think
does
so.
he have a real big knob? Because I'm looking at a photograph of a human
Apparently those were...
holding a giant
that's Letterman.
doorknob.
Apparently it
Wait,
was...
don't show
I'm
this.
going
Share
to.
it, share
I'm
it,
going
share it,
to.
share it.
I'm going to. But apparently it was a bit from Late Night with David Letterman where he had just giant knobs.
The guy who played Ed from Ed. Yes!
Yeah, that Tom Cavanagh played Ed on Ed.
I really like him. Let's get more Tom Cavanagh. I don't know anything about him as a person, but I very much enjoy his performances.
Here's a YouTube video.
Look at that big knob. It's gotta be a dick joke.
Oh, there was Doorknob Day.
It's gotta be a dick joke.
And see, he's had a photo of a big doorknob. Before, there's the doorknob.
Okay.
And then after... Yeah, that's gotta be.
It's gotta be a dick joke.
It's a knob that gets bigger and bigger. Like, that's gotta be a dick joke.
It's gotta be a dick joke. It can't not be a dick joke, right?
I don't know, but I see...
Ooh, that's a really
Oh,
cool
I see.
prop.
It's the opposite of the Groucho glasses, I guess, because it, like, covers up a mustache instead of... Oh, there's the doorknob.
I didn't know that Late Night was this funny.
Yeah, that's what Letterman was.
I didn't know that this was possible on
Like,
the type of
had-
TV shows my parents watched.
I don't he had, I don't know, he had the Will It Float where they just did a huge pageant to see did things float.
I had no idea that such chaotic, wild shit happened on television outside of scripted comedies.
Yeah, Late Night was wacky.
And cartoons.
It's why, I mean, it's sort of, it's why Conan was such a good takeover for
like
that
Conan.
show. But yeah.
I like him.
Early was, I mean, I like Conan.
We watched a long video about his time on The Simpsons.
And how everyone is just like, says the nicest things about Conan from his time writing. And it seems like one of his big impacts was just being nice at a time when there was a lot of writer turnover because they had been around for a while.
And it's just like, yeah, it's sort of nice to hear stories like, oh, we don't hear about things behind the scenes because he's just generally nice.
On multiple episodes, they just dropped things from the roof of the Ed Sullivan Theater onto the street below. He had recurring segments where he talked to the deli owner of the deli next door and played games there.
I feel so sad that I didn't have these chaos goblins
The reward was
in
you
my
got
life.
a platter of meat. If you got it right. From Hello Deli, the deli next door.
Hello Deli?
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, Late Night... I think Conan was my favorite combo, yeah. I loved the Conan ones. Yeah, in the 90s for an episode, he worked at a Taco Bell drive-thru.
Oh.
This was Letterman. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was all interviews.
It was. There was both.
I thought it was just interviews and like this celebrity has a movie that they're going to talk about.
I mean, that was the part of it that you could tell Letterman did not care about that part as much.
Crispin Glover.
Especially like later on when it was like he was on autopilot through the interview, but still had fun with the like, let's put things in a giant tank of water and bet on if it'll float. And then,
Like I didn't realize how much the Chris Gethard show was just in that like vein. Like I was like, oh my God, where did Chris Gethard even come up with this
Gethard, I think,
strange variety show idea?
Well, and that's why he got the Letterman Bridge set.
Yeah.
When Letterman's set was disassembled, or the Letterman Bridge and everything.
I just had no knowledge.
Yeah.
And then
they stole the set from the dumpster. Exactly.
love it.
That's why I watched Letterman every night while I was playing games. Because even later. Oh, hello, Dave.
Oh, hey, Dave.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness,
That means
thank
a lot.
you. Everyone check out Dave's YouTube.
Yeah.
And videos. Dave also makes a lot of incredible videos and props and great shit for
absolutely.
World's Hottest Goss.
Yeah.
Tig show. Look up the
Mondays
Board
at
Castle.
7 p.m. Pacific.
You can
10 p.m.
see
Eastern.
some of Dave's surreal and incredible work.
Yeah.
Including Dave and the McDougalls. Is that
Oh,
what
I
it's
love-
called?
I love
I'm
them.
just really into the trope of like person and then also a bunch of themselves doing things.
Forgot they had the cast of Spider-Man turn off the dark off to do
That's
something.
the Spider-Man musical for
turn off
everyone
the
who
dark.
doesn't know. It's the Spider-Man musical that caused a lot of injuries.
Amy Sedaris also was a regular guest on Letterman, where she
what?
would just make up stories about a boyfriend that didn't exist,
She would.
and he would just go along with it and not question it at all.
I love that.
cool.
Okay, Strain A,
The Lyric Theater.
tell us about that.
Not to be confused with the Lyric Hyperion. Which
Tell us about that experience. You were working at that theater. In what capacity?
not while Turn Off the Dark was happening.
Oh.
Yeah, worked at the theater, but while a different show was running. So
Oh,
didn't-
but not while
Yeah.
that show was
Yeah.
running. I'm
Yeah,
so
while
sorry.
On
My
the Town
reading
was
comprehension was poor in that moment. I would have not have gotten that SAT point. Did I tell you about the guy in my class who got 100% of the multiple choice questions on the SAT correct, but got like 100 points off? He would have gotten a perfect
Oh, cool.
score. Perfect on the SATs. If he had only
Right.
bullshitted 2 more paragraphs for the essay portion. He decided in his narcissism, because this was one of those like kids, who's like, well, I can answer this question in like 1 sentence, so they shouldn't need more because I'm clever enough and smart enough to get 100% on all of the rest of the questions. So I just shouldn't have to deal with this. And I'm like, isn't it more stupid to not get the full thing when all you have to do is bullshit a little bit?
I don't understand that, because bullshitting on the essay was my favorite part.
Yeah, that's the only part I got full points.
I loved
I'm
that
gonna be
part.
real, but like, it's like that doesn't mean you're a smart person.
No.
Like, it doesn't. The SAT's bullshit. Standardized tests are racist and ableist, and were invented for racism.
Wait.
Right?
Wait.
You didn't?
You didn't have an essay portion?
Yeah,
Oh.
I did think that it was bullshit that they added the essay portion.
I loved it.
You
I
fucking love essays.
Loved it, because all I had to do was string an argument together, and that was...
I swear to God. Same with
easy.
my best friend in high school. They just love, you just love writing essays.
Oh, it got added for our... So we were some of the first ones. Okay. I didn't remember that, which is why I liked the essays, because it was less about remembering things.
They got aced the SAT. Damn.
Wow. Oh, yeah, the ACT
Only
also
got
had...
a 3,200.
Oh, and then they got rid of it again? Well, fair enough.
I did pretty well on the ACT.
I did great on the ACT, because it also had essays.
I had tutoring though.
So did I.
Which is why
Yeah.
it's a bullshit
Yeah.
classist,
Oh, yeah.
racist system,
Yeah.
because they taught me the tricks of how to answer the fucking questions. It wasn't about my knowledge. It was
No.
about my mother's ability
Yeah.
to pay for a human
Yeah.
to tutor me
Yeah, I
in the
did
tricks.
Tutoring for like months ahead of time.
Yeah.
But you know what I don't need tutoring for? Our next question, because tutoring won't help you here. Which the Chris Gethard Show writer is executive story editor on the show Southside? Is it Anna Fabrega, Carmen Christopher, Robbie Hoffman, or Will Miles?
That is a really, really good show.
It's a great show. Definitely watch
It's
Southside. It's on HBO Max.
so funny.
It's so good. Oh, Beautiful City did great on the
Oh, hell
ACT
yeah.
and got a scholarship from it. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
Humble brag, but
No, like, that's
well-deserved.
legit.
Well
yeah.
deserved, yeah. But here
Fuck
we go.
yeah.
Oh, who? I mean, I think you know the answer to this.
I do.
'Cause
I
we
do know the
watched it
answer to
together.
this. and we were doing that thing where
Yeah.
I'm like, who's that?
Yeah.
Who's that? And you're just
I
Googling
either
these
know it or
people.
Google. I also just Google people even if you don't ask me. Like, we've been
Yeah.
watching Succession, and I'll throw it. I'm like, who is that person? Why do I recognize them? Who's that person?
Why is their voice so soothing?
Why is Alan
Why,
Ruck
when
in
they
this?
speak, do I imagine someone gently teaching me math
we didn't.
or being a dad on a cartoon
We never
show?
figured out the answer to that one.
No, it's just
That
one
was
of the
about-
actors.
If you know why Tom on Succession made Emily think of a math teacher or a parent on a
physics
cartoon
teacher?
show,
I don't
let
know.
us know.
He just seems like a gentle teacher.
But the correct answer is Jamal, who also is Will Miles, who also plays Jamal on the show, and is like surprisingly prominent.
Yes,
as a character in the ensemble.
Oh my god,
But it's great.
And there's like just a whole sci-fi B stories.
Will Miles also hosted a interview show with the creators of it for Comedy Central that aired
cool.
on their web portal that you can see online, which we first saw parts of Southside when we did our episode about Will Miles back in the day.
But yeah, whole sci-fi B
Whole
plots.
sci-fi B plots.
Which is just
Which
the
I
way
love.
to delight
Yeah.
me.
But why don't we go to the leaderboard, which delights me? Steven Promo still in first. Pineapple all the way up in second.
Oh!
15 points behind the leader. Bootleg Bart in third. CBC in third. Horde Jedi really
What a close
in fifth.
game.
Yeah, it's still anyone's game. Like, no one on the leaderboard.
We're all like 12 points away from each other.
Right, like Horde Jedi Real
Or,
is
you know.
just over 100 points behind the leader. So anyone could be moving into first with our next question. Why don't we see who does? Here we go. Which comedians created Beef House, the adult swim show that retired filmmaker George Lucas is surprisingly fond of? Was that Allison Levy and Alyssa Nutting, Connor O'Malley and Joe Pera, Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon, or Tim and Eric?
So, damn
Nine of you
it!
got it right. It's Tim and Eric. Allison Levy and Alyssa Nutting created their current show, Teenage Euthanasia, which features Maria Bamford, Joe Firestone, Christy Cello, and others in the voice cast. Connor O'Malley and Joe Pera run Chestnut Walnut Unlimited, which co-created Joe Pera Talks With You. And, of course, Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon co-created Rick and Morty.
We watched some YouTube video essays about them, and so I thought it was them.
No.
I had no idea.
And, of course, Tim Heidecker. By the way, I wrote this to be used last week when I did not know Tim Heidecker was going to be on George Lucas this Saturday, or that it would be happening. But Tim Heidecker will be on George Lucas Talk Show this Saturday, so check that out on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, right on PlanetScum.live. I'm Pickle Beef! So Alice Forever Cemetery. Why don't we go to the leaderboard and see who knew about the show that George Lucas is surprisingly fond of for an old man? Bootleg Bart in second, CBC in third, Horde Jedi Real on fire with 4 correct answers in a row. Hey, it's Verg Ghost. Hey, you're in fifth.
I went from second place to seventh place.
Oof.
You know, I don't think that's the real Horde Jedi. I'm just, it's sus. It's sus.
Beautiful City thinks it is.
I think that's sus. I think
Strain A
it's
is
sus.
in sixth now. You know, and this next question, though, is pretty directly about a Planet Scum show. So why don't we go to it and see who knows the answer? Which Planet Scum show most recently added merch to the Planet Scum merch store?
Christ, Forrest.
Is that Excellent Week, Kooky Morning, Make Yourself Cry, or Planet Scum Live?
I think I know. I think I got it right, but that's a hilarious question.
Which show most recently added great merch designed by Forrest, the keeper of the Canon, at planetscum.live/merch? Was that Excellent Week, Googie Morning, Make Yourself Cry, or Planet Scum Live? Whichever it is, you can get it and other great designs by going to planetscum.live/merch.
Be like one BBBR.
Be like
Buy
one
that
BBBR,
merch.
Get that tote bag and a shirt.
Pay for our coffee.
Pay for our coffee. Keep the lights on
Keep the lights on.
by going to planetscum.live and
Keep
supporting
those
the show.
lights on. They're gonna turn off the lights.
They're gonna
We
turn
can work in the dark,
off
but
the dark.
But it's nice
Help
if
us
there's
turn
light.
off the dark at Planet Scum Live. What's the correct answer, though? It's Make Yourself Cry.
Yeah, I got it right.
It's Make Yourself Cry, which has some great merch.
Great.
I'm going to
merch.
stop shilling and I'm going to go to the leaderboard. Where's Stephen Prummel's in first, Bootleg Bart in second, CBC in third, Horde Jedi Real in fourth, Strain A in fifth. Where are you, Pineapple?
I am in sixth place. I'm coming for you,
Prummel,
Strain.
you have an answer streak of 3 in a row, but it's still quite a close game, especially considering that was our penultimate question, which means our next one is not double points like it was supposed to be. Who played the indoor pigeon on Christie's CGP episode New York? Christie. Is that Carmen Christopher, Christy Cello, Peter DeBreo, or Woody Foo?
I think I got it right.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Beautiful City got a Radio Free Multiverse postcard.
Oh my gosh.
Glad you got
Yay! Damn, I got it wrong.
One of you got it right. It was Woody Foo.
The indoor pigeon is my favorite part of that episode.
And but it was Straine who got it right. Petey was the comedian on the episode, and of course Carmen called in and got into a fight with Christy on the phone. That was really
great.
Good.
That was so great.
Played Christy. So before we go to the podium, why don't we check out a little bit of that episode? I'm gonna turn it up too.
And I love New York City more and more every day. Okay, does the city smell like piss? Absolutely. You know, is it overpriced, overcrowded, and at times completely soul-sucking? Yes. You know, and do I cry on public transportation at least 4 times a week? I do. You know, but that's New York City, and that's what makes this so...
Oh, it's pigeon time.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, excuse. There's a pigeon in the studio. Are you lost?
Lost? Nah, girl. I'm an indoor pigeon. I'm not lost. I live here. It's like, you ever seen an indoor pigeon before, like at like Penn Station or the Staten Island Ferry or like the MoMA?
Yeah. Wing hands.
That was me.
Well, okay, I gotta say, for a pigeon, you have a lot of confidence.
That's right, baby. It's because I'm looking for a cigarette butt. That is what I eat. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hold up.
What?
Is that another indoor pigeon
I don't,
on my turf?
I don't think so. Oh, okay. I don't.
Nah.
Yeah, no.
That's just a triangular sandwich box from Pret a Manger.
So,
I love the physicality.
Yeah.
right?
I love pizza, real talk,
Yeah.
but I only like dollar slices. Fuck Grimaldi's.
Okay, fuck Grimaldi.
My hobbies include cleaning my cloaca.
Cloaca.
People are laughing, but I don't know what a cloaca is.
Yeah, girl. A cloaca is the hole through which I piss, shit, and lay an egg. And my cloaca's fine as hell. Check it out.
Okay. Wow.
I love the pigeon
nice
noises.
cloaca. Geez, you're so confident. I don't know where this comes from.
Yeah, you know what? I'm super confident because I exercise and practice self-love. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's very easy. All you gotta do is say a real reason that you love yourself. Okay? Check it out. Allow me to demonstrate.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, yo, I love myself because my plumage is fucking nasty!
Oh, you do have nice plumage.
Thank you. You wanna try?
Okay, so if I just compliment myself into the megaphone, then I'll be confident.
Yeah, it's the first step. Now you say, I love myself because, and then
Okay.
something true. You ready?
Sure. Indoor pigeon. I love myself because I got a fat ass booty that won't Good.
That was good,
That
right?
did feel good.
Let's see if your audience is ready for it. Yo, who's ready to compliment themselves in the audience? Anybody?
Woody,
You.
Woody,
All
you
you
rocking
gotta
every
do is say,
way.
I love myself because, and then something real. It's gotta be real. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Am I just, oh,
Yep.
sorry. Okay.
I love that that person's face is.
I decorated for Christmas already. Woo!
Was that easy to do or was that hard to do, girl? That was easy?
Yeah, I feel good.
Yo, your girl's a narcissist.
Damn.
Hey, yo, I gotta go, but
Yeah.
if anyone needs me,
Yeah.
I'll be looking for a rat to get pregnant. Hit it!
Oh my god!
Yo, I'm gonna make it rain.
I didn't see this coming.
Oh yeah! Oh my god.
Oh, I love that.
I forgot how amazing that was.
Yeah, it's such a good part. You know what else is good? Our podium, because that's it for trivia. So why don't we see who won today?
Who won trivia?
In third place with 7 out of 10 correct, it's Bootleg Bar. In second with 7 out of 10 correct, it's Stephen Kreml. In the first place with 7 out of 10 correct, Emily's phone has fallen on the floor. It's Straining. In fourth is CBC 9000, and in fifth, it's our Jedi Reel.
Wow, I really did knock everything off of
You
this.
sure did. Clap, 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 clap.
There's
clappity,
water
clap,
on
clap,
the
clap.
ground. My phone is on the ground. All the tarot cards. That's how much I care about trivia. Woo!
Yeah, that was a tense game. I mean, that was a very competitive game, but ultimately, Straining won it.
Congratulations
to Straining, and thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you so much for joining us.
For trivia.
If you like trivia and hijinks, you're going to love Radio Free Multiverse. That's right. It's trivia from outside of time and space every Friday, 9 p.m. RadioFreeMultiverse.com.
12 a.m. Eastern.
And guess what? There's a Patreon now. And if you sign up, you're going to get shit sent to you in the mail. Zines, postcards that I've been spending a stupid amount of time on. Like,
Thank you, Straining.
I'm just making a thing, and then I'm like, last night I was like, Forrest, are these okay? Because I kind of want to burn them. Because I hate them so much. Because this one stamp is slightly off. So that's a view into my process. I didn't burn them. I just redid them.
Yeah, you didn't burn them.
I just did them properly. So that's what's going to be sent out to anyone who joins.
Emily,
thank you so much, beautiful city. Right when BBR, it's like this like Michelangelo-esque thing. He burnt a lot of his sketches and shit because he didn't want anyone to find them because they weren't like perfect enough. Oh, do I feel that? Boy, do I feel it. Friends, check out World's Hottest Goss. It's on Mondays
at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
The Board Castle.
Twitch.tv/The Board Castle, which also has a Patreon that you can support.
Check out Alice's podcast.
Best idea.
Bestidea.gay. Oh, it's so good. Check out Turn Off the Dark.
Yeah, you can't really.
You can't,
You can
but
check out the special
out.
episode about it. It was the best idea of all time.
And watch The Matrix.
Which one?
All of them.
I agree.
Every single Matrix. Watch all of them.
Yeah.
And
you can see us next week when we'll be back.
We'll be back, friends. Good night and good claw.
Good night and good claw.
Good night and good